In this video, I want to walk through some basic features of using Google Sheets on the iPad. So we're going to start with the Sheets icon, which is the green icon in our Google folder. And in order to get into Google Sheets, we see, of course, the listing of all the different files. We're going to use this very first file, the acrostic for Google Collaboration for OVSD 2021. I'm going to tap that in just a second to open it. If I wanted to open a new document, of course, I would go down here to the bottom corner where the plus sign is and open a document that way. But I want to start by editing this current document that's already created. So I'm going to tap on it and it's opening up and showing me the document as it's currently designed. This is an acrostic collaboration activity. So as part of the Schoology course, each of you are going to go in and choose a column and complete it for yourselves. We're going to walk through it and make some adjustments to what's already here and show you some of the features. It's a little bit different than what Google Sheets might look like on the laptop when we get into actually editing it. So across the top here, we have the title of the workbook. This back arrow will take us back into the actual Google Sheets menu. If I discovered I was in the wrong file, I could choose another file. Over here on the upper right corner, I have the share option. I have a commenting feature where I can add comments in attached to different cells. And then I also have the three dots for the more menu. That gives me some other options of ways that I can manage this file as well. Currently, undo and redo are grayed out because I don't have this as an active file that I can edit, but let's get into it and let's be able to do that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make my name here be a little bit larger and center it. So I'm going to click into that cell. When I click into that cell, now suddenly the menu has popped up. My edit tools are down here on the bottom, so I can tap the edit button. This brings up the function bar at the bottom along with the calculation for the calculation features and the keys for creating calculations in spreadsheets. Remember, a spreadsheet is best at analyzing a series of numbers and analyzing data. We can certainly use it the way that we're going to use it right now by typing letters and words into it, but at its heart, it's really excellent for calculations, for analyzing data by adding things together, by sorting, and a variety of other functions that you would typically do with a spreadsheet. But we just want to learn the basic features, so we're going to use it with words today and get comfortable that way. So right now, my function bar down here, I have selected the cell that has my name in it, cell B2, and that is down, the contents of that cell are down here in the function bar where I can edit them. I have a blinking cursor. That means that I can tap within that bar and I can start to make edits. I can delete, I can add and type in, I can move my cursor to different locations within that in order to change the actual contents of the cell. What I want to do right now is I want to reformat this cell. So while I have the cell selected here, I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to center my name. I want to make it larger. So I'm going to use the the A menu here, the font menu, and change the font size to make it a bit bigger. If I wanted to go super big, I could do that. I'm going to stick it, I think, at about size 14 there. So I've fixed that cell up a little bit. To create this acrostic, the directions at the top are for each letter in the topic, write a detail or descriptor of technology for learning which starts with that letter. So I'm using the word teach, so I've typed into here by clicking into each cell and typed into the bottom my descriptor of what I want to say about technology for learning using the word teach. Down here in the bottom, it asks for a favorite Google trick or tip. But you can see that mine has gone over into other cells. Now, I don't want it to overlap there because what happens is whoever comes in here next is going to type in the blue cells, and then when they come down in here to type, they're going to cut mine off. I want to do what's called wrapping the text. That is the tool that is right up here above my cursor at the moment. So since I've selected the cell, I'm going to tap on that wrap text tool, and there it is. Now you can see my entire comment and it's reformatted itself to fit within the text. those are the basics of working with a Google spreadsheet when you're using it for text purposes and just navigating. We're going to start here with a very simple activity. You can find this activity in the Schoology course. It is on the page that explains the acrostic for Google Collaboration, and along with the directions of what I'd like you to do with that in order to start to get your feet wet and play around a little bit with spreadsheets. When you are finished editing your spreadsheet and you want to close it up, you can see my back arrow has become a check mark. That check mark is essentially a save button. It's going to automatically save anyhow, but that gets you back out of the edit view into just being able to view it. You can see down here along the bottom now, I have my sheet tab. The plus over here is going to add additional tabs. If I want to put more tabs into this workbook, I can use that arrow to customize the tabs. I'm going to actually delete this one because I don't really want a second sheet.